don't want to be the fastest growing, we don't want to be the biggest. We just want to deliver a good service for our clients. That is the overall aim. And I think many bankers, they also find themselves in this mission to say, well, I don't want to work in an organization, in a private bank, where I have to put my clients in boxes.
Hola amigos de Hablemos TV, bienvenidos a un programa más de Mundo Fiduciario. Yo soy Octavio Botella y hoy tuvimos una conversación con Christophe Utelli, quien es Deputy CEO en Cite Gestion, Swiss Private Banca. Christophe nos platicó del mercado de la banca privada, el Family Office, el secreto bancario y también de la prevención del lavado de dinero en el mercado suizo. No te pierdas esta conversación porque no tiene desperdicio. Bienvenido, Christophe. Adelante. Hello, Christopher. First of all, thank you for your time, and it's a pleasure to have you in an interview here in Hablemos TV. Christophe Utelli is Deputy CEO in Cite Gestion, Swiss Private Bank. Looking for a context and warming up the interview, please talk me about yourself. Who is Christophe Utelli?
That's always a difficult question. I think we have to define each other every day. Professionally, I am the man in el motor, from the car, the man who is doing all the mechanics. The bankers are driving the car to have the clients with them and help them follow the right path in the financial markets. But I am the one who is trying to make the car as effective and performant as possible to allow the banker driving the clients to the right point. And then that is the success of the organization, if we can drive a good car for the client.
Great, thank you for your answer because it's very graphic, I get it. Thank you very much. Now, can you tell me about the market niches that Cite Gestion Swiss Private Bank has?
Yeah. It is a very special niche, and it is entailed in our model. At the center of Cite Gestion, and I will tell you why it is really true at Cite Gestion, the human is there. It is difficult to give a very good service for a client if you have objectives for your bankers. For example, if they have to sell products in the portfolio of clients. Maybe the clients, they don't want this, maybe it's not good for the portfolio. So as soon as you put objectives to the banker, it gets in opposition to the client's need. That's why at Cite Gestion, the bankers, they have zero objectives. And just to go a little bit further on that, we are approaching year end. So there is zero key indicators that we follow, and the bankers, they can fully dedicate themselves only to the client and what is best for the client. That is our niche.
Okay, and how do you manage to become the fastest growing bank in Switzerland, and what is behind that success?
Yeah. Well, first, we have no plan. So we don't want to be the fastest growing, we don't want to be the biggest. We just want to deliver a good service for our clients. That is the overall aim. And I think many bankers, they also find themselves in this mission to say, well, I don't want to work in an organization, in a private bank, where I have to put my clients in boxes. No, my clients are, every client is different, and I have to give a different service to every client. So many bankers are happy to join us, to be able to serve this in a very tailored way and deliver that very special service. I think in the end, you really feel it when the service is tailored to you. It is different than when you get the box 1 or box 2 service. That is why Cite Gestion is growing fast. Another element is we are very entrepreneur. So we love to have great personalities joining the company. We're not thinking in financials, we're thinking in people joining the company and bringing more great brains together to have a nice company, a well-thinking and fast-growing company. That is a really great pleasure. In the end, it's a question of pleasure.
Great, sounds great because it's people-centered, client-centered. That sounds great. Why do you think that Switzerland is considered as a financial center now?
There are many financial centers, and many are great. Now, all those centers, they have one thing in common. You need people with skills. And skills, they don't appear like this. You don't create one bank and then you have skilled people. It's just a network that is creating itself over years and years, and then you have specialists in all domains. So if Cite Gestion wants a compliance specialist, well, they can get one of good value. If they want an operations specialist, they get one. If they want an investment advisor, they can get one. So you have a lot of bright people doing finance functions on which you can count to do nice institutions. And I think that's one of the key success of the Swiss. As well, the Swiss, as Mexican, I have to say, we have that culture of we like to work, we like the things being done well, and we don't count the hours. So we are dedicated to serving our clients. That's another key element.
Oh, thanks. Well, and now can you explain me what is a family office and what is the Swiss concept of a family office?
Okay.
Which are the differences?
That's a very good question. I think there is no real cultural differences. You have many family offices, many types of family offices. And again, it's a question of dedication. In the end, the quality of the family service, of the family office is the service. The people working in the family office are delivering the service. The people have to be great. Now you have big family offices which are serving many different types of families. And you have also single family offices which are dedicated to one family. One element which is absolutely important and which we have at Cite Gestion is we don't want to earn a lot of money with a bank. Okay, we have a decent return and dividend, but our objective is not to gain a lot of money from the bank. We want to deliver a good service for the client. This is the key success factor. And family office everywhere around the world, they will be successful if they have this only in mind. Now, interestingly, Cite Gestion, we have a bank license, but we can also do family office. So within a very regulated and stable environment, we can do this special added service, like accompanying our clients with medical elements in planning tourism and creating contacts between them and other entrepreneurs and so on.
Okay, and can you tell me the reason why someone should establish a family office in Switzerland?
I think one element is confidentiality, which is really important. The Swiss, with the years, they have this in their genetic. You don't talk about clients. When you meet a client, if the client doesn't come to you to say hello, you're just friends. You're not talking about business. So confidentiality is really key. When people entrust you with their health, their legal affairs, or their finance, you have to be really focused on confidentiality. So that is one thing. The second thing is the family office element is you need to provide many services. Okay? So you need to have a broad network of specialists around you to help give this service. Again, if a client needs to come to Switzerland to have a medical treatment, well, you need to provide this. The client doesn't know. You're not going to tell him, look, in internet, there are good sites. You have to help him on that. So you have to have the network of people who know where to go, which specialists to mobilize and things like this. So in this network, you create the value for the client.
Oh, that sounds interesting. And this takes me to ask you, about the bank secrecy. How does it work in Switzerland? And if you also can answer me about the anti-money laundering process, how does it work in Switzerland too?
Two very big questions. So banking secrecy is for us the mere human respect. Okay, you don't want other people to access your finance. That's normal. It's your private intimacy. So the banking secrecy has been lowered 10 years ago in Switzerland to avoid fiscal cheating. So this is no more possible with the banking secrecy because states are exchanging money. However, no police can come to Cite Gestion or any other bank in Switzerland asking for clients' information. It is impossible. The secrecy is really strong. It's like doctor secrecy. It's like lawyer secrecy. Nobody can just access the information. It is well protected. That's the banking secrecy. On the AML, and that is really fundamental, because we see many cases, okay? You have to understand from where the money of the client has been made. It can be a Swiss client, it can be a Mexican client, it can be a Venezuelan client. In the end, it's just the source of wealth. It can be fake in Switzerland and very great in Venezuela. You don't know. It's just a question of going to the end. And Cite Gestion has for now, a very good track record in this. We never had a special case. Also partly because the bank is running okay. We don't want more money, we don't want to be big, we don't have objectives to be the fastest growing, as I said. So if we have to say no to one business or one relationship, because we think there might be something where we will spend management time because it's not really what we wanted and we didn't have all the clarification, we will not do it. That's very simple. So we open relationships where we think the person in front of us can explain from where the money comes, and the other ones we don't take. Even if the clients have been judged or sentenced by the justice, okay? It's not a question of is a person absolutely morally perfect. It's a question of tell me from where you made your money. If it's legal, then we can give you the service. If it's not, then, or if you cannot prove it, then we don't open accounts.
Well, thank you very much, Christophe Utelli, the Deputy CEO on Cite Gestion, Swiss Private Bank. It's a pleasure to talk with you. And
Todo hay, muchas gracias.
muchas
Que
gracias.
vayas bien.
Un abrazo.
Un abrazo.
Bueno, pues muchas gracias a Christophe Utelli, quien es Deputy CEO en Cite Gestion Swiss Private Bank, por esta conversación. Y agradecemos también al Hotel JW Marriott por todas las facilidades que nos dieron para realizar esta entrevista. Y por supuesto, muchas gracias a ustedes, la audiencia. Yo soy Octavio Botella, nos vemos la próxima. Hasta pronto.